Welcome to Stepdad Success, turning the tide on the way stepdads are seen and show up in the world. We're a new breed of leaders raising leaders. Blood or no blood, we raise them as our own. We're connected, loving, and committed to leading them into the future. If you asked a normal dad, he'd say we're doing the impossible. He'd say, but they're not yours. How do you do it? Yet every day, stepdads around the world are forging the way. That's what we call Stepdad Success. We're leaders raising leaders. And these are our stories. G'day, this is James Klobassa for Stepdad Success. Today, I want to talk about a little thing that happened at home this morning. And really this was about being able to understand a no versus understanding that that is just a fear of learning. My boy Indy today, he's 10 years old, he's in a new school, they've just moved to a Montessori style school, and he's growing through that awesomely. He's really experiencing it, he's having fun with it, learning a lot of new things, meeting a lot of new people. He's been there 6 months now as I record this podcast. He's really having a great time with it. But also there's challenges that he's coming up against. And this morning we had a quick discussion about one of the opportunities that he had in front of him. And it was a video class and a graphics class. Now he's 10 years old, and obviously computers are used across the board in schooling these days. And he was offered an opportunity from the principal to create a video collage about a story he wanted to tell. And now he could tell the story about anything, whether it be scooter riding or cycling or the ocean or farming, or travels, any trips that we'd had. But he had a real hesitation, and we were asking him about it this morning, and we're saying Indy, do you want to do this class? And we could tell, he was saying, no, I don't want to do it. But we could tell there was something underneath that no stopping him. It wasn't a flippant no, no, I'm not interested in it. It was a no, but it had a lot of emotion underneath that no. So we stopped with him, we paused, and we sat him down, we talked about it. And we really got to the underlying feelings of why he was saying no to this great opportunity. Something that he's actually interested in. He picks up the camera all the time, he's taking photos, he's taking videos, he's actually a really good artist, and he loves drawing and creating things. So we're kind of put off by him not wanting to move forward with this creative opportunity. And after sitting down with him and really getting to the bottom of that, we found out that it wasn't that he wasn't interested in doing the course. It was that he had a fear and a confusion around using the computer. Now, we don't actually have the boys use the computers at home very often. They use them at school, obviously. But it's not something that we kind of encourage at home, because they're, little kids, they love playing games, and if they get stuck on games all day, they tend to get a bit ratty. And so we try not to, have them using their computers at home simply because they're playing games all the time. But after sitting him down and really talking through his feelings around it, we found out that it wasn't really a no. It was just a fear of learning something new. He wasn't familiar with the computer that they were using at school. He wasn't familiar with the programs that he would have to use to set this program up, or to set this project up. So what we did, as I said, we talked to him about it. We understood that it was just that confusion, that fear of learning something new. And again, after talking it through with him, we offered to help him with that. We offered to allow him to use the computer at home, so he was able to practice at home. And once we'd gotten below the initial kind of fake no, he actually became quite excited about doing this project. And really what I want you to get from this is kids will often, and same as us, as adults, we often say no to things that we're actually really excited about because we're scared to put our hand up and ask questions. And as you can imagine, a young kid, they're often scared to put their hand up and say, I actually don't know how to do this. Can you teach me? I know that we do it as adults. Noticing that today, we opened up a new opportunity for Indy. And if we had have just passed that by, imagine what would have been lost. As I said, he's a really creative young boy. He's a really good drawer. He loves that whole, taking photos, videos, and all that sort of stuff. And that's why we were so shocked when he didn't want to do this program. But in understanding that it was just a fear of asking questions, just a fear of learning something new, being put in front of his class and, having to say, I don't actually know how to do that. Now he can move forward with that, confident, and I know that he'll excel at it. I know that he'll have a lot of fun with it. But for today, I want you to ask yourself, where are you simply saying no when it's just a fear of learning something new? And then I want you to look for it in your kids. Where are they saying no, where they're actually could be quite talented, but they're just fearful of, raising their hand and asking the question? Something to keep an eye out for, something to be aware of in your discussions, because it'll help your kids massively. And really, it'll help you massively if you're able to raise your hand and instead of just saying no, overcoming your fear of learning, your fear of asking questions, and getting greater results. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time. Would you like to learn more about how stepdads across the globe are joining forces in raising the next generation of leaders? Then head to www.stepdadsuccess.com and grab all the show notes plus a copy of the brand new tactical guide for creating more happiness, health, wealth, and wisdom as a stepdad. And if you liked the podcast, please share it with other stepdads you know and leave us a review on iTunes. Again, that's www.stepdadsuccess.com for all the show notes and tactical guide. Come and join the new breed of stepdads, the growing group of leaders raising leaders.